their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that could shape how you want to strategize your team moving forward.
The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Then it's Holiday, and it's Hauser in at the 3. That's the Boston 5.
As he's gotten older, we've seen KPJ become a willing passer.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat, Kevin. It's like when you feel like you are in such a rush and there's a surge of excitement that hits every particle of your body. Every profession obviously has a big payoff, but everything happens so fast. But when it happens, it makes all the hard work worth it, but it certainly brings a great feeling. And I definitely get goosebumps to this day.
You get goosebumps, but the hard work you put in to get that story, I know what you guys go through. It is amazing the hours you spend on it.
365, 24/7.
Johnson surveying the floor. Over Holiday. Johnson's shot is off. Boston's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Holiday, a screen on Johnson. Pass to Pritchard. Shot clock at 6. A step back shot here. And good that time. Pritchard's got the game tied up here for the Celtics.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Both teams will make substitutions. While we have a chance, let's now take a look at the teams that top the league in shooting from beyond the arc. The Celtics second.
Well, their approach to shooting was phenomenal. They didn't force many threes, and when they got a good look, they drilled it.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Always so much fun to have Shams join us. No one with a better pulse on the NBA.
Man, Shams is always the first guy to know about the big moves around the NBA. Love hearing what he has to say.
Johnson against White. Goes up from the top of the key. A shot by Johnson, no good.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Horford sets a screen for White. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. To the paint, here's Johnson. And he lays it straight in. Johnson's got 14.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Brown feeling out of it. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. The Bucks on top, up by 2. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Please direct your attention to center court.
Yeah, already above him. Just down.
I've seen more stops in All-Star games. What do they call it, guys? Oh, yeah, Matador defense. They just let scores go by.
Olé! Taking a peek now at the upcoming schedule. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, Mr. Moves has been exceptional here, guys, today.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop.
On the court for the Bucks, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Johnson, and it's Kuzma in at the 3 slot. And now the latest from our reporter David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to, just making it clockwork. Them continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court. Kevin?
Well, David, with those two guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are one or two of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Milwaukee's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's Johnson. Porzingis with the rebound. Boston's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Pritchard passes to Tatum. Now here's White. Nice ball movement by Boston. And a miss there on the triple. And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
Pass to Pritchard. To the inside. Goes up on the block. And there is White. And that's good on the assist by Tatum. White's got it all tied up now for the Celtics. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Drew Holiday. He's checked in for Derek White. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Trent's checked in. Inside. And the basket by Johnson. Johnson's got 21 in the game.
And how about the splendid floor vision from Antetokounmpo? A good decision maker, improves his passing each and every year.
Holiday, no one around him. Rebound, Milwaukee.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Johnson, that's for 2. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Outside Tatum. Outside Holiday. Outside Tatum. Holiday trying to free himself up. Tatum no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Johnson. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Holiday. Johnson can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Tatum. Rebound, Milwaukee. Lopez has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Boston again missing. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bucks. They lead by 4. Trent finds Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
And even though Lopez has taken his game farther and farther from the basket, he can still punish you inside. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants to talk to his guys.
Yellow fans on the court is your pep squad. It's time for some teachers. Make some noise, fans.
He said his mom said no, but he'll ask mine.
The Celtics making a change here. Cornette's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Kevin. Checked in for Boston. Pritchard comes in for Jaylen Brown. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Johnson comes in for Lillard. Tatum in the front court alongside Horford. Then it's Holiday, and it's Cornette in its center. That's the Boston Five. Johnson can't tie it up as that one misses. Here's Pritchard. That's tipped, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Portis. Here's Pritchard. Money from the wing. Pritchard's got the lead up to 4 now for the Celtics. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Pass to Trent. Back to Johnson. And it goes down 2 points. 25 points for Johnson.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And Holiday throws it down.
Plenty of power behind Holiday's slam. He was not holding back.
Giannis passes to Johnson. He tries for 3, drills it from outside. Johnson's got 5 points now this quarter.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Some changes for Boston. Zinkas is checked in for Luke Cornette. Jaylen Brown comes in for Al Horford. And Derek White subbed in for Drew Holiday. Milwaukee also making some changes. Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Gary Trent. And Lillard subbed in for Porter. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. Listened in on what Joe Mazzulla told his team. Now it's a close one, so coach asked his team to keep their focus. He said this game's going to come down to mistakes. If we play clean, we'll win. Great game tonight. Let's see how it winds up. Guys?
Thank you, David. 6 to shoot. Here's Johnson. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
Rising to the occasion. He found a way to get himself open and get his shot.
Nice job taking the initiative. Coaches will encourage you to take that if you have a good look.
Outside, White fires the 3. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Their ability, again, to stretch stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Boston leading by 4. The three from Tatum. Damian Lillard pulls it in. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Bucks. And to Antetokounmpo. Oh, big time move by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And you know he knows he's the leader of this team. Giannis embracing the opportunity to come through with big baskets.
Tatum finds Porzingis. Here's Pritchard. And the three off target. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. To tie it up. Johnson's shot is off.
And you know they wanted that one to go down.
Yeah, they really wanted that bucket to go. You can't get discouraged, though.
Antetokounmpo passes to Lillard. And here's Kuzma. Down low. Here's Johnson. It counts. A huge shot to tie it up.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
The three from Tatum. Rebounded by the Bucks.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a coach.
To Johnson. To take the lead. He's off from 3. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Up top, Tatum. Over Giannis. Oh, and he had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We've got more in store for you right after this. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. This league, Stan, is so deep with talent. Are there any players who you think get overlooked in the conversation?
That's a great question, Kevin. I mean, there are some guys who I think get underrated because they play with other guys who are so talented and draw the attention. One guy that I have really seen lately that I think has been better than people think is Grayson Allen. The best three-point shooter, or one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA, and a very underrated defender.
And he's evolving, isn't he? Looks like he's working on other parts of his game, but he's always been able to shoot, which has been his calling card.
And he's a much more athletic guy than people give him credit for.
The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Johnson is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Kuzma in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Lopez. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Tatum kicks to Brown. Overtime still getting started here, just about a minute in. In by Porzingis. It's Brown. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my. Well, check that. sheet. That'll get him fired up.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam King. Good. 34 points for Johnson. Celtics leading by 3. Outside Tatum. Porzingis with a screen on him. Kumbo. Tatum's shot is off. For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 3 from the floor since the start of overtime. Johnson, the pass to Lopez. Back to Johnson. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And now just a 1-point Celtic lead.
Well, once he gets a step to the rim like that, it's going to take more of a defensive effort to force the miss.
And that one's good. Tatum.
Well, he's never fazed by those big moments. Tatum with a big hoop right there.
Here's Johnson. To the wing right side. Lets the 3 fly. And Kuzma with the basket on the assist by Lillard. Kuzma's got the game tied up here for the Bucks. Austin's gone 1 of 2 so far in their 3-point attempts in overtime. Giannis against Tatum. Outside White. Tatum down low. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
Well, if the defense closes on Tatum, he'll go into them. He's happy to get sent to the line.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up missing both free throws. Lillard, right side, to take the lead. Gets the 3 to fall.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
Yeah, and looking at how much time they have, I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
Here's Brown. Outside White. From outside the arc. Count it! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
To the middle. Good!
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Thoughts on what Coach wants to do here?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
Tatum way outside. The 3-pointer no good. And they commit an intentional foul. See another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And an intentional foul right there. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
You know, I don't believe in the word choke, but to come away empty right there is brutal. This game would have been over. And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. ends up making the second, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And no secret here, guys. They've got to get a 3 if we're going to get yet another overtime.
Pritchard misses the 3, and so they choose to intentionally foul. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
And that about wraps it up. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge,